Hello again, one more video. I realized in the last video at the very beginning, I said speaking of Gothic instead of writing Gothic. So which brings me to a point. I have a podcast called Speaking of Gothic, which I've had since 2023. And I started this new channel called Writing Gothic, but honestly, it's all the same content and I'm getting confused on my own branding. So starting from this video, this channel is going to be called, and I know it's a brand new channel, so I know this is kind of crazy, but I want to do it now before it blows up. So hopefully, one day it'll blow up, but this channel is just going to be called Speaking of Gothic, the same as my podcast. So that way I know the branding, everything's all consistent, because right now I'm getting confused when I post things. I posted a video, the vampire and werewolf video. I posted it on my podcast and on YouTube, but then I had to talk about, okay, if you're not on one, if you don't listen to this and that, and I know it's probably confusing for you all and it's confusing for me. So from now on, this will be Speaking of Gothic YouTube channel. So if you see a different header wherever and different stuff, that's why, because I'm gonna do away with writing Gothic. I'll still talk about Gothic tropes and all that, because that's what I love to talk about. And I may occasionally talk about books and whatever else, but basically the content on this channel is gonna be the same content that I put on my podcast, because it's just easier for me, and hopefully it'll be less confusing for you all. So I'm changing the branding from Writing Gothic, which will no longer exist, to Speaking of Gothic. So these videos will still be there. The other ones already did. But from now moving forward, I'll just be saying, hey, welcome back to Speaking of Gothic. And I might have this background, which is actually the header on my website, which I actually like. I like it. Yeah, and I like my little Japanese thing behind there too, but just FYI. So I'm just changing the branding. This is no longer called Writing Gothic. It'll be called Speaking of Gothic, and I'm glad I did it before I had too many videos up. So thank you very much for your patience. And if you stick around as this channel grows, I'll try to bring you more cool content. All right, thank you so much, and God bless. Bye-bye.